Hello. Well, we're back. Oh, I forgot to put this on too. I'm giving people a minute to get in here. Okay, because we know that sometimes they get the notification a little kind of late. Okay. Hey, so people are beginning to file in. And aloha to my Wu Ohana. And I am we got Jamie's Cowboys, and we got Tree Frog, and we got Chloe, and it takes a while for people to find us. Sometimes they don't. I just saw a video I did about that a while back about my frustration about that. That we're lucky that the word is getting out at all. But it's okay. I'm here doing my job, what I'm supposed to be doing. So, whatever happens, happens. As far as people coming in. So, hey, I'm hoping that at some point we get some of this worked out on YouTube, but I don't know that it's going to happen. Right, at least not right away. But things are changing. Things might be changing for the better. I do get some notifications of some of the shows that I like. Now, I have been so sleepy lately, but then again, the energy's been kind of knocking me out. I don't know how you've been. Little Cowboy's not up here right now. He's sacked out in front of the fan, which he's been doing, the air cleaner. I really got quite a shock. They came in and changed my air filter, my main air filter in the place, and it was filthy. It was really filthy. So they told me I'm going to have to call them and get them in here more often to address stuff like that. So apparently it's been really dusty here, and we were noticing. I mean, Juan and I have been having a little bit of coughing and wondering why. Here, there's been a lot of dust. I'm glad we have a filter like that. But why so much dust all of a sudden? It's like it's gotten extra dusty lately, right? I don't understand it. But it may have something to do with stuff that's going on right now. I'm glad it's trapping the stuff. That we have filters, because breathing all that probably would be pretty bad. But what the heck is in going on that we are clogging the filters so fast, much faster than normal. Hmm, I don't know. Um, anyway, got some weird news. This isn't really too much woo, but it kind of is. As you see, I got my new backdrop here. It's the full moon backdrop. We had it up last time. And yeah, I keep thinking the sprays. Yeah, the aerosol injections, right? Yeah, I'm glad that it's getting, well, that's why I'm running the air cleaners. I'm glad that it's getting cleaned out of the air. But this is terrible. We're going to have to do something about this. And I got some weird news today. One of my friends who I've known for a long time, and this is something that happens to a lot of the children that stay behind, shall we say, and watch out for the elders. Okay. And I never knew how many until something like that happened to me. And fortunately, in my case, you know, they couldn't find any proof of me ever being violent ever. And, in my life, which I never have been. But, when they're starting to get dementia, they'll say weird shit about you. Or somebody will think you're doing something when you're not. And I heard it so many times. So she's been in jail for 8 months waiting trial because her mom told the police that she pulled her hair. What? Hi, Renee. So, hi off the hook. And yeah, Hook, I don't know if you heard that, but one of my friends says it's, I guess, the first call that she could get out in 8 months. She couldn't get a call to anybody. She's been trapped in a jail cell for 8 months, unable to get in touch with anybody. I'm the only one she could get in touch with in 8 months. Um, yeah. She told them you broke her arm. See, and this is usually your family. It does this stuff to you. Now, she does have a brother that is a flat out criminal, and he's been at war with her. And the mother keeps letting him back in the place. And he's the one that threatened to kill them both. But she lets him in. Then she calls the cops on her. I know she didn't hurt her mom, but so far it's taken her 8 months just to get to trial, and she's been in jail. And there's nothing I can do from here. Nothing. Except send some energy. Send her some angels to help her get sprung. There's not much I can do from here, really. Because she is way down in another state. Hmm. Oh my goodness. Hello, Project Skyfalls. How you doing? Aloha, my my Ohana, my online Ohana, my friends. Ah, yeah, weird. It's like I met so many people when it happened to me. Before it happened to me, I never heard about it. Of course, people don't want to talk about that kind of thing, do they? After it happened to me, I would mention it. I'd say the craziest thing happened. And people would say, I would always, if I would mention it, people would tell me a story about it. And it's like, what? Yeah, apparently this happens all the freaking time. Oh, you're going through battle again. Not that kind of thing, though, huh? I hope not. Yeah, when that happened to me, it was the worst time of my life because the in laws also took our house and we became homeless because she wasn't in it. She ended up, something happened and she went to the hospital. I'm like, I still will never know what happened. Nobody will tell me what happened. They expected me to know. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. Nobody will ever tell me. She couldn't tell me. One of the weirdest times of my life. So she's been going through this for 8 months. She's been working in the kitchen. Um, so I'm asking, let's send some energy. We're going to send some energy out and some prayers, intentions that she get a fair and speedy trial and get herself out of this situation in some good way. And before very much longer, because I know darn well that her brother, and she doesn't know because she isn't even hearing from her own mother. She doesn't know what the brother's doing to the house. She doesn't know what the status is, but you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if she comes out and finds out she's homeless. I told her to leave, but she wouldn't leave because she knew her brother was coming around. She knew her mother was. I said, but you have to move out. You have to get out of there. I told her what was going to happen. And that's what she said when she finally got in touch with me. She said, I just wanted to tell you everything you told me was going to come true, came true. Just like you said. But she figured she couldn't leave. But I said, but you had a car. You had a little bit of money coming in. I told you, find any place that's not directly in there with her so that you are not responsible for her. She's going to get you in trouble. And that brother is going to get you in trouble. And there's nothing you can do for her because she keeps making the choice. You know, she keeps making the choice to let him in. There's nothing you can do. It's very hard. It's very hard. My mother had very questionable choices too. And I tried to protect her, but they won't listen. Mhm. She should have listened, but of course she listened, but she didn't do. Mhm. So, yeah. So I'm hearing that inspections are going to get more picky. Um, I was warned. So I was just getting over that. Like, and so I wasn't worried about it that much. I mean, I still have trauma from being homeless. For a little while during that time, and that's, I guess, why it's coming back up again. That it's another layer. And even though I don't have anything too overtly going on here, I feel like I got to revamp my whole place, and I guess I probably will do a lot of revamping here just to make sure. But it's scary as hell to me, and it's something I've got to overcome. And I look back on that, that's part of my shadow. And it will, maybe it will be for, it has been for years, to be so backstabbed um, by people mhm, you thought you could trust. Hello, Louis. And a lot of us are the protective type. We're trying to help people, we're trying to protect people. And it gets us in trouble because some of those people, and you know darn well, and by the way, here you go. And I forget what, if somebody could grab my Patreon link, that'd be great. I just thought I'd put that there. And if you don't, and if you don't send me anything, that's okay too. I still love you, but I'm going to put the link out in case somebody does. Um, would you please like the video? At least they're telling me that there's 3 of you. There's at least 8 of you. What the heck? Okay. Yeah. Hook, I figured you would. The 2-year-old kid that went missing for 16 hours? Yeah. You should just go. Okay, you're going through something now that you're okay, maybe we need to talk, Hook. Right. Well, if you have a disability, do you have a disability or something? You have, I mean, social institutions are the way you may have to go, but um, okay, it's going to be this way before the end. And we were warned that there's going to be a lot of this kind of thing, and there is. Lo and behold, there is. Um, I told you it was going to be rough. It was going to be very bumpy. for at least 6 months. And now there are some astrologers saying the same thing. It's okay, love. Don't worry about it. I'm just putting it there. No, I still love you all. Whether you got money or not, I still love you. Now I know exactly how that is. No, baby, I still love you whether you have money or not. I'm just putting it there. You know I don't care. I don't do this for money. I do this for love, out of love. I I haven't got this monetized. Um, I know it makes you feel powerless, but we're not powerless. The thumbnail, from last time, it didn't come out, by the way, but I put it in later, the thumbnail. I changed it. That's the way the AI sees me, is the last show. If you wanna look at that thumbnail. I've got some others that aren't so good, but the AI, there's a feature where you can have AI make you put you into different kinds of scenarios, and supposedly that's, the way it sees me in a sort of a cyberpunk scenario. I know, dear. Chloe, it's gonna be okay. Listen to your money attracting videos, folks. Listen to your money attracting videos. And I wish I had better news. This is going to clear up, not right away. I don't see it clearing up right away. I see there being this bumpy time. Oh, I know, dear. It's okay. It's going to get better. So I do want to tell you it's going to get better. But oh my God, a Scorpio dragon. Jeez. Oh my gosh. And when Scorpios go bad, they go real bad. They go really, really bad. A, a Scorpio that goes bad is really bad, as bad as it can get, pretty much. I don't know any worse. Um, any worse signs because their emotions run real deep. So yeah, and I had a time when every Scorpio in my life was stinging me at once. Oh my God. Mm, good for you, Jamies. And my ex was a dog. The Chinese year. Um, I think most of us have had to deal with a lot of darkness. It's part of why you're here. And I've actually had people come to me when I was on the psychic fair circuit saying, I came to you because I know you can deal with darkness better than most of these people. When I start talking about the really dark shit that's happened to me, most of them don't want to talk to me. Or they gloss over it, or they give me some platitudes, or they give me a cheerful reading, and I know damn well that's not what's going on. And yeah, I'm used to dealing with darkness. It doesn't scare me. Yeah. It I've gone beyond the point where where that kind of thing can, I know I'm more powerful. We are the power. We have the spark of God. When we forget that, we're victims. We can become victims. That's the only way we can become victims, is if we forget that we are the power. We are the spark of God. We're God in a body having a human experience right now. But we're still God. And some people argue with me, no, we're not God, but we are a part of God. Okay, if you want to look at it that way. But what's more powerful? Nothing. Hmm. Well, you know what? There's ego and there's ego. And actually, if you look up ego, you can't really live without your ego. Because ego is like the totality of your personality. So, these people running around, and you know what I noticed? These people running around go, I've killed my ego. They're the most egotistical people. No, I have no ego. I've killed my ego. You got to kill your ego. Those people, don't let them fool you. When you get to know them, they are so egotistical. They are the most egotistical. Their ego is fooling them into believing they've gotten rid of their ego. Oh, yeah, turn on some Ozzy. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I know. Rock? See, that's the thing about rock and roll, right? Rock and roll. We like our madman. We like our madmen in rock. We can relate to that. We can relate to the madmen, right? The people they're calling a madman. Oh boy. Oh boy. So, uh, okay, so I guess this is the Zeitgeist right now, and this goes with the readings. Think about that. The readings that I did Monday. It goes right with it, dudes. Because what was the Zeitgeist? One of the cards that kept coming up was ego. And what did I say that for? No, it was weasel. Why did I say eco? Maybe the weasel is related to ego somehow. Maybe that is part of it. Somebody's ego, somebody's. Maybe we all got to be aware of that. Because I try to relegate my ego to crossing guard. You're very good at keeping me alive. Your ego is interested in keeping you alive. And if it's doing something because it thinks it's keeping you alive. It thinks that whatever is outside of its plans is worse than what it's doing to you. That's what the thing about egos is. Your ego is always trying to keep you safe, but the ego's idea of safe is not maybe actually safe. See, that's the problem. Oh dear. So, yeah, he thought it was a fake bat. That it was actually a dove. Did you know that? Um, and I read the whole story about him and saw it too, the video about him biting the head off the dove. Um, yeah, so really bizarre. He was pretty high at the time. He didn't think it was. These things happen if they don't think they're real. I guess the bat. Uh, Let me see. I'm trying to remember how that went. Yeah, but I mean, we've had crazy people before. Um, be very famous. How would you like to have your? I see, and David Bowie ended up having to go in for cocaine addiction. You know, that wasn't pleasant. Um, and just on and on. I mean, there's so much of that. Fame is not, but when you do it in the public eye, it's even worse. People don't forget, you know? It's recorded, it's way out there. It's like, uh, and you got to psychologically deal with it, right? So, realize, I know, in my mind, I'm probably better off that all that happened without me being very famous, because being famous would make it even worse. Hello, Mr. Cowboy. Oh, you look so comfortable there on your back with the air. He's so comfy. Him's a comfy boy. Uh-huh. So, yeah, you know what? I wondered about that too. I thought about that. Randy Rhodes, yeah. Mhm. No, actually, it helped his career. All that craziness helped the careers. Why? It got them, not just because it got them press, but because people can relate to it. You know what? Our imperfections make us relatable. People who are perfect are kind of hard to relate to. Yes, Mr. Baby Cakes. He knows it. Mommy loves him. He's wearing a smile. He's on his back with his little paws curled up, and he's smiling. So my little boy he's a happy kitty. No, there was the one that I read about and saw a video about was they released a flock of doves, like they do at a press conference. So anyway, really weird. Yeah, it wasn't really a pigeon, it was a dove, but yeah, might have been a there might be some Mandela effects here. Yeah, how's Jenny from the block? Kitty, kitty. Mm-hmm. Cowboy, do you know that Miss Chloe loves you? Yes, he does. He's so cute. He's smiling. I can't show you, though. Unfortunately, the angle he is, I cannot move the camera there. But Scotty's unplugged for the week. Well, I kind of understand. Oh, of being unplugged for a week. Okay. Well, then we won't expect to see him at anything. I'll just spank him when he gets back. Mm-hmm. Yep, that's pretty typical, Hook. Cats see things. They do. Mm-hmm. So, if anybody wants the link to come up and talk, I will send you the link. I'm not going to be on too late tonight. I got so many loads of things to do. Just a load of things. And I couldn't help it. I just was I fell asleep in my easy chair and the day just went. I got some stuff done and I sat down to rest a bit because I needed to just clear my head, put on some nice music, one of the videos, to calm me down because things were getting kind of crazy. Um, and boom, it was all of a sudden it was night. Hmm. Hmm. Oh yeah, lots of ships in the sky. Yeah, it is. Oh, you saw ship two, Project Skypulse. Good. Now you're living in my world. Yeah, God puts cats in people. The cat distribution system does not fail. Hmm. So it'll send you a kitten, kitty kitty, to help you. The solar flare, you had a migraine from the solar flare, Lewis. You know what? I had yesterday was mine. Yesterday, I oh my goodness. Mm. Don't have money, but you got yarn, and I got paint. I actually sprung for all the colors of paint, which aren't that many. There's only like 8 colors or something, 10 colors at Dollar Tree. So I'm painting again. Why? I really need to paint. Boy, it was therapeutic. It was very therapeutic, let me tell you. And at some point, I'm going to have to show you some of what I've been painting. But big solar flares are coming soon. That's what I hear. And I hear that we're going to be getting some some more codes to download. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Angel Wings was on last night. I didn't see it. See, I don't see these things. They don't show me in my friends' channels. Usually, I saw Floyd's, and then I fell asleep. I think I fell asleep during that. I don't know. Oh, we're gonna get fried? Okay. Volcano. Oh, you mean, well, we ain't gonna die, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, I'm not gonna be too late tonight. Um, I hope, said she. Um, Loves, it's gonna be okay in time. I have had to calm down Yolana. I have had to calm down some other people. I somehow look, I know it's gonna be better, but not right away. We're gonna have to deal with some shit in the middle. Um, Now they're saying something weird is probably going to happen on the 20th, on Easter Sunday. A lot of the psychics are predicting that something's up for the 20th, but nobody's been able to see what it is. Some of them are saying it's a very dangerous day for Trump. There could be some very bad things happening on 20th because of the aspects astrologically. Hey, it's Kenyon. There you are, Ken. How you doing? Oh yeah, a lot of people will be leaving, but um, most of the people that are leaving are. Do you know what they? This is the latest thing, and it's going around the truther community and the woo community, and people are checking it. I'll check it too. Let me check it with my pendulum. I'm not too emotionally upset right now. I should be able to do it. But you know, when I'm emotionally upset earlier today, I couldn't get this thing to work. So let me ask, is what they're saying true about the NPCs? Is that the truth? It is the truth. It is the truth. And then I'll tell you what they're saying. Because I already checked it. Cowboy is a dog. See, no. Cook is a dog. Chinese New Year. Yes. But it's shaking. You are and you aren't. Okay, so but yes, it is true that they are saying now 80 to 85% of our population on Earth are NPCs. And what I'm being told, NPCs are being recalled now. What does that mean? A lot of NPCs and some other people too. It's their time. They don't want to be here for everything. But NPCs are being recalled at at an enormous rate. Oopsie. But very soon there are going to be a lot fewer people. Mm-hmm. Look, you're going to be protected if you've decided you're going to stay here. NPCs. NPCs. Okay. Uh, actually, NPC is wrong. That's the wrong abbreviation. It stands for non-player character. And really, Chris and Cherie say that it's from, computer games. It's not. It's from farther back than that. It's all the way back from D&D. Let me explain to you what a non-player character was in D&D. It was a game where you rolled dice. There was a dungeon master. I was one. We made up the stories, and the other people had characters. We had to make characters too. Why? To make the story come alive. The NPCs were non-player characters. They were generated by the DM. Later, when we had computer games, they were generated by the people who wrote the computer game. So they are characters that we don't play. They are characters that are not played by a immortal soul. They are what Dolores Cannon called background people. So back in D&D, it'd usually start, you'd go to a bar, you'd meet some people. The bartender was an NPC. The villain was an NPC. The dragon was an NPC. You get the picture? Okay. NPC, non-player character. Now they're telling us that 80 to 85% of all the people on our planet are non-player characters generated, in this case, by the Matrix. Holy cow. Come here, baby. What do you want, baby? You want to come up? I've got the step stool here. You can use the step stool. If you want to come up, you want to come up and show your pretty face, Mr. Handsome Cat? Now. Okay. It's up to you, baby cake. So I want to know what you guys think about that. What do you think about that? 80 to 85% of people are not real people. They're just avatars, not really inhabited by, and there have been a lot of theories about this. Like, for instance, maybe they are people just, maybe in other places where our consciousness, we see and experience where our consciousness is paying attention right now. Could it be that in all those, in those other places, our consciousness just isn't there? Is that how it works? Or is it that um, because we're here, not there, you know? Or are we spread between all of them? Or is it that the NPCs are just having resting lives where they're not doing much of anything? NPCs are usually the ones that just seem to be pre-programmed. They don't really change much from birth to death. They're pretty much the same. They they don't go through the same sort of stuff that we go through. It's kind of predictable for them. So real people go through a lot. Hey, Jason. Oh, you're thinking you're not real? Well, yeah, it's a matrix, but I'm real. This body is an avatar. All bodies are avatars. Mm. Oh, you took the jab? Oh, you poor thing. Yeah. Well, Hook, I think you're in the wrong place. I really do. Okay, now let me tell you something. Paul was telling me. Last time Paul was on, you weren't paying a whole lot of attention, unfortunately. He was trying to tell you some pretty important stuff, but there was some kind of drama going on. I forget what it was. But poor Paul. When he asked me what people were saying about it, I said, "Oh, they pretty much agree with you about what's going on." But anyway, and you pretty much do. But um, okay, I didn't want to tell him that you guys were having some kind of drama in the chat. I he couldn't see it, and it's just as well. Um, but he told me that it's been found, and this is actually scientifically proven. Part of what the jab does is it screws with your hippocampus, which is responsible for how you see the world. Has a lot to do with how you see the world and your memory. Yeah. So obviously, and it's part of we always were taught that it's part of your ear, your hearing. Yeah, I never took the jab from the start. I'm never, no, no. Well, then you're lucky you're around, Lewis, because some people took the jab and they aren't around. They got the clot. We call it the clot shot. Tried to warn everybody not to take it. They wouldn't listen. And if they can't listen, there's nothing you can do. If they won't listen, you can't do much about it. But I told everybody, you're better off not taking it. It's not safe. And I was actually threatened. And people treated me horribly. People treated you like you were trying to kill people. We're just trying to keep you from harm. That's the way it was. It was worse than nonsense, Skyfalls. Worse than nonsense. It was malevolent. It killed a lot of people and damaged many more. There are people today with all kinds of issues. Jason took the first one and it paralyzed one whole side of his body for a while. He managed to shake it off, fortunately, because he's young yet and active. But some people couldn't shake it off, and yeah. This is the thing. Yeah, now you're vindicated, Elderberry. Yep. Now we're vindicated. Hmm. Yeah, thank goodness, Lewis. And you know what? This is the other thing. Yolanda comes in and she's all upset. She's scared. She's mad. The terrible things that Donald Trump is doing. She expects me to be angry. She expects me to agree with it all. And she said, "You mean all these people that are protesting are, you really think that all these people that are protesting are crazy?" She says. I said, "Yeah, yeah, they all are 100% crazy. Yes, I do. I think that they have been mind controlled." And she just looks at me like, "What?" And it's like, yeah, I do believe that. They have been mind controlled. They have, I mean, they've been subject to TDS and everything else. They have been programmed. I said, "How else do you explain chickens for KFC?" And she said, "What?" I said, "Gays for Palestine." "Well, do you think it's right for blah, blah, blah?" I said, "Do you think it's right for us to interfere? Palestine, do you think it's right for us to be anti Semitic? Do you think that that's right? Do you think that I mean, I'm sitting here going, do you think it's right for them to throw people off of buildings because they're gay? Because that's what they do. That's why we call them chickens for KFC. Because they will kill you. If you are an alphabet person, a rainbow person, a Wookiee, and you go to that country, you will die. They will kill you. Yes, they think they're crazy. Yeah, and some of them are being paid. Yeah. There's been a lot of ships gathering around. That does mean something's about to happen. Yeah, Hook, you need to move. You needed to get a GoFundMe or something going on. Now, what they found when people really looked into it is that it wasn't, they didn't find people, the protesters themselves, but the people that were organizing the whole thing. And then the people were just handed signs. Here you go, hold this sign. So it wasn't necessarily that all these people were paid, but the organizers were paid, definitely. Yeah, spell check will change your word. Yeah, you'll get your words changed if you're not careful. Come here, baby. Come on. You want to come up? Got your step stool there. Come on. Come on, baby. You still worried about coming up? Hang on. Let me move this a little bit for you. Okay, the camera's going to go off a little bit. There. Now come on. Come on. Come on. Come on, baby. Okay, there's my boy. Here's my boy. There he is, Mr. Wonderful. Let me see if I can get the camera out. There he is. Mr. Wonderful. Trying to get the camera on him. And he's talking. He has a speaking part. So he'll want more. Here we go. Okay, hang on. You're going to see black for a minute. I'll be back. Back in black! Back in black! See, I knew it. Trying to move the camera to get a picture of Cowboy. I knew it was going to do stupid stuff. Hope it doesn't ruin the stream. Just so we can see our Mr. K. Okay, this is going to probably sound bad for a while, too. Okay. Woo! Don't look at my skirt! I can't get this thing off the floor. It's stuck to the wall. It's just not coming. Oh my God. Get up off of there. I can't get it. I can't. If I try to reach it, don't look up my skirt. Okay? Quit looking up my skirt. If Scotty were here, I'd have to really tease him about it. You're seeing way more than you should be seeing. Oh my God, this is so bizarre. I think I got it now. Oh. Okay. All this so we can see Mr. Wonderful, right? Oh, help me. Okay, that's the humor of the evening. Hope you didn't get to see too much of my skirt. Okay. Made me laugh though. I need you to laugh. Let's see what you're saying. Yeah, I gotta put this in the other hole. This holder is lame as heck. Lame as heck. Okay. Yeah. Oh, at least no, I'm not. Yeah, Hook, you need to move. Hello. How you doing, Woo? Mm. You used to be a male gigolo. Maybe you need to get back to business. Oh my God, Woo. Cowboy is the older guy. He's at least 10 or maybe more. He's like maybe, let's see, he was 8. He was around 8 when I got him. It's been at least 3 years. He's at least 11. Cats live about 15. So he's an older guy. I don't know how much longer I'll have him. But as long as I have him, he's going to be my baby. He's going to have a good life. You showing off your lack of a tail? Look at that stunning lack of a tail right there. One little vertebra right there. One special little vertebra. Mm-hmm. Why are you facing the wall? Okay, showing us your good side. Ay, ay, ay. He's kind of a prima donna. He keeps wanting to show us his butt. But at least I've never seen his anus, like with most cats. I know people can't just get up and go. I know. Oh, I know what a male. I know what a gigolo is. Just a gigolo everywhere I go. Oh my gosh! Look at I'm swelling. You can really see it on camera. My arms are swelling. I'm sorry, you have to see that. Yeah, often that happens when we're having the flares and stuff. I swell up a lot. It's just something I got used to. Um, mm, oh yeah, and being in Vegas, hook, that's rough. Ah, yeah, we'll just get a party bus and we'll drive around and we'll rent out Woo and Lewis for the ladies to the ladies. Ah, oh goodness, I you went to the SOR convention? Oh my goodness. Yeah, I was thinking I would like to meet everybody in a way, but in a way, it's in Vegas, and I don't want to go to Vegas. Hmm. Well, casinos are too crowded. Alabama. Okay. I have. Jason likes them. I don't. I've been on a plane a couple of times, not too often. And right now, I don't like planes, especially since they're going down. Yeah, I know, Blue Riders. It's like a lot of the cities are like that. I don't like big cities. They're dirty, they're filthy, they're crowded, they're weird. I don't like them. She's been hanging out with Puck Elf again? What is wrong then? I mean, geez, that's a stunning lack of. What happened to Wingies? I thought she'd given up on Puck Elf. Oh, Wingies is stalking Scotty? Oh, hmm. Well, Puck always lies. I mean, he lies. It's what he does. I wonder about that too, if the airplanes, I mean, we're just having a general discussion of what's woo out there right now. Well, she keeps saying somebody sends her black angels and she doesn't know who. If she's hanging out with Puck Elf, I can tell her who. Yeah, that is stalking, yeah. Showing your streams in somebody else's stream for 5 weeks, Ken? That's awful. Puck is a danger to himself and others. He really is. Yeah. Well, I'm on a friendly basis with her. I have her phone number and stuff. We don't talk much. I mean, I don't call her up like I, you know, call up people. But, she even thought I was doing something to her for a while. I'd be the last person. Mm. Well, maybe that's your protection hook is meditate, crochet, and smoke a lot of weed. Mm, that's awful. Well, I'm so sorry that that is happening to you guys, to any of you, that all of this stuff is happening. And to accuse you of stalking, she's, yeah, she has this idea. I'm not going to say anything mean. I'm not going to say anything mean, but geez, you're in a small city. You know what? See if you can get yourself into the burbs or somewhere on the edge of the city, not in a city. I think the cities are going down. I mean, I think a lot of them are going to be having problems. I mean, if we ever have the power outages that they're saying we may have, the cities are going to be horrifically affected. It's good you're in a small one, though. Seriously, cities, I don't think they're good places to be. Hey, Kiki, how you doing? Ken, why do you even have him on at all? You should never invite a demon into the house. Here's something that's protected me. And believe me, they've tried in physical life. A person I know that's got a demon and they won't get rid of it, they don't come in my place. They're not allowed in here. And if I know they got a demon, they're not allowed on my stream. You're not allowed up in here. up on the stage. None of that shit. I mean, if I know that they got some kind of thing like that going on with them, it's like you cannot invite them to anything, okay? Because you're allowing that. I mean, it's true. There's that old thing about inviting something. It's like, no, I disinvite them all. I've had some of them really try very hard to come up on into my house, into my home, rather. It's not a house anymore, it's an apartment. I won't let it happen. Hmm. Well, you guys, and honestly, I think you guys are, none of you deserve that shit, okay? None of you deserve that. Don't put yourself through that. Love yourself enough not to let these people put shit on you. Don't let them shit on you. I'm just going to say it real plain. Because allowing that is like telling the Matrix, okay, that's fine. It's an algorithm. You know how algorithms work. The more you click a certain thing, the more of that you're going to see. If you have to think of it that way, think of it that way. The more you click on, I don't respect myself, the more of that you're going to see. So don't click on that. You get what I'm saying? Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. He's all right at first, and then he goes slowly nuts. At first, he's charming, and then he goes nuts. That's his MO. Good for you, Kiki. You have symbols and ohm symbols and crystals all around. I have my place gridded with selenite. Selenite's still pretty cheap. You can get a whole bunch of chunks pretty cheap with selenite. So here's my baby. You want some love? Yeah. He isn't in love with anybody. He's in love with himself. I'm not sure he can be in love. I'm not sure people like that can actually be in love. But they will flatter you to get close to you. But yeah, there's a lot of problems there. I liked Wingies when I first met her, and we kind of hung out. I had her on my show. She seemed interesting, and you know, I'm not gonna put her down. But yeah, we've had our disagreements for sure. But I don't have anything against her. But if she's got puck all the time, I don't want it. I'm just as glad that I'm not there. That's a bad sign. And Wu even gave him a second chance and he stabbed Wu right in the back. So, F him. I'm sorry, but at some point you got to say F you. It's your own problem. Hey, Mary Wins. How you doing, babe? Yeah, at some point, these people, you got to just, and I've met many, at some point, you just got to say, hey, it's your problem. I didn't do it. I don't keep putting myself into this situation. But if you are having a situation, if I ever tell you, if I ever get the message for you that you need to move, definitely need to move. Right now, Hook, it's your choice. But if I ever say to you, if I ever look at the cards or something and I say, you need to move, then you need to do it. And you need to do it soon. Now, the card I was seeing is you got a choice about it. But I got to say, you may not have a choice for very much longer, honey. Okay? That's all I'm going to say. I know I can't tell you what to do. I don't tell people what to do. I can tell them what they can do. Yeah, it is. Mm-hmm. Okay. Whatever. They're just all crazy. Yes. Let's just do that. I don't know who Jevim is, but I don't get around that much anymore. I'm asleep. I'm sorry. I'd love to go to some of my friends' shows and be social, and I get knocked out by the energies, and I sometimes I'm so busy painting, I don't know the time just goes by, and suddenly, it's late. Like 4 hours can go by like it's nothing. Just like when I'm in here talking to you guys, 4 hours can go by, and I'm like, 4 hours, shit. But then you get like the next day, you get a hangover, you get a streaming hangover. Oh my gosh, yeah. I'm gonna have to get off pretty soon. I can't be on very much longer, but I just wanted to be on to let you know that I still I'm thinking about you. Um, I care about what's going on with you, and let's do right now. I only want to be on 2 hours, and that means I don't have much time left. Okay, because I don't have that much time before the 24th. It changes on the. I get more hours again on the 24th. Um, I'm going to get meditative. Okay, guides, angels, ascended masters, and the collective God that we call God. We need some energy brought to all of us, really. It's a very tricky time here on Earth. And everybody needs some bolstering up. Earth, earth, help me to rebirth. 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 Water, wash my tears away. 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 Earth, earth, help me to rebirth. Earth, earth, help me to rebirth. Fire, burn my fears away. 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 Earth, earth, help me to rebirth. Earth, earth, help me to rebirth. There, carry up my prayers. 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 Earth, earth, help me to rebirth. Earth, earth, help me to rebirth. Rewriting the matrix codes for the highest and best good of all. We all get the help we need in some miraculous way. That's what I'm putting in. That's what I'm putting in for. It's going to be miraculous, surprising, unexpected, whatever. It's going to be for the best. Air blow the winds of change. I get power to rearrange. Water flows, I am refilled. Earth helps me to rebuild. Wind blows, fire glows, water flows, earth grows. Wind blows, fire glows, water flows, earth grows. Wind blows, fire glows, water flows, earth grows. Thank you. Hmm. Okay, dear. I'm going to be going off now. In the meantime, my advice, if you choose to accept it, listen to those videos. Go find yourself a video that really appeals to you. Listen to those because they've been helping me stay sane. Okay. Do things that help you feel good and don't let people disrespect you just for the heck of it. You need to be on top of that. Don't push the wrong button. Okay. If you don't want to see more of the same, stop clicking that. Okay. Stop clicking that reality because it's an algorithm. As far as I can tell, it's an algorithm. So, which is what they tell us when they tell us about the secret, right? What you see is what you click, what you keep clicking. So, okay, we're going to start clicking the better stuff, the better thoughts, the better outcomes. Okay, we're going to start putting that in the search bar. The best possible outcome. We're going to put that in the search bar, okay? And we're going to hit the search for that. Okay? Okay. Truth is where you find it. Hope you're always finding some here. And remember, I'm here in the trenches with you. Boots on the ground with you. And it's going to stay that way for a while. I decided to stay here through this. So I'm going to be here for it. I'm not leaving. I'm going to see it through. So if anything happens to me, I didn't do it, but nothing's going to happen. Okay. Okay, love. And good night. And yeah, click what you want. More of that. Put it in the search bar. Keep clicking on the good stuff. Don't ever feel guilty about that. Don't ever feel guilty about leaving somebody out that's hurting you. Okay. Good night.